When was the last time you acknowledged the Creator before your feet touched the floor? Be honest. I am Rabbi Shimon, 83 years old, and I have seen more financial miracles in my lifetime than most people have seen answered prayers. But I have also watched thousands of good people, faithful people, Torah-studying people, wake up every single morning and unknowingly lock the gates of abundance before they even brush their teeth. I was 71 years old, standing in my study at 4 in the morning, when a man knocked on my door. His name was David, successful businessman, 3 properties, 2 grown children, and completely, utterly broke. Not from gambling, not from bad investments, from something far more insidious, from spiritual amnesia. He said to me, "Rabbi, I pray, I give tzedakah, I observe Shabbat. Why is money running away from me like water through my fingers?" I asked him one question: "What do you do in the first 60 seconds after you open your eyes?" He stared at me. I checked my phone. And there it was, the breach, the moment where heaven's pipeline closes and scarcity floods in. If you are watching this video right now, I want you to do something. I want you to hit that like button, not for me, but as a commitment that you will not ignore what I am about to teach you. Because what I am going to share is not motivation. It is not positive thinking. This is Kabbalistic law, written in the fabric of creation itself. And before we go further, leave a comment right now with these 3 words: prosperity awakens. Type it, declare it, because declaration is the first step of reconstruction. Let me tell you why most people never escape the cycle of financial struggle. It is not because they do not work hard. It is not because they lack talent. It is because they violate the law of first things every single day without knowing it. You wake up, your eyes open, and what happens? You reach for your phone. You check messages. You scroll news. You absorb the chaos of the world before you have anchored your soul to its source. Do you understand what you have done? You have told the universe, "The physical realm has priority. The material world is my master. I will seek provision from human systems before I acknowledge the divine provider." And the universe responds accordingly. Let me go deeper. Your soul, your neshama, has been in the upper realms all night. During sleep, it ascends. It receives download. It is renewed in the presence of Hashem. But when you wake up, there is a critical window. 60 seconds. 1 minute where your soul is transitioning back into your body, where heaven's gates are still open, where the divine flow is still accessible. If you fill that moment with the mundane, you slam the gate shut. I have watched this pattern for 50 years. People who check their bank account first thing in the morning, their accounts shrink. People who check the news first thing, they absorb fear, and fear repels blessing. People who immediately start planning their day from a place of lack, they program lack into every hour that follows. You have tried budgeting. You have tried affirmations. You have tried working longer hours. And still, the breakthrough does not come. You lie awake at 3 in the morning wondering why everyone else seems to get ahead while you are stuck. You give and give and give, but the return never matches the output. Here is what no one has told you. Prosperity is not a reward for good behavior. Prosperity is a flow state, and flow requires an open channel, and the channel opens or closes in the first moment of consciousness. Now let me show you what the Torah has hidden in plain sight for 3,000 years. In the book of Exodus, chapter 3, there is a moment that changed everything. Moses is tending his father-in-law's flock in the wilderness. He is 80 years old. He has been exiled from Egypt for 4 decades. He is, by all external measures, a failure, a murderer in hiding, a shepherd in the middle of nowhere, and then he sees it, a bush, burning, but not consumed. The text says, Moses said, "I will turn aside now and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt." Do you see what happened? Moses turned aside. He interrupted his routine. He stopped what he was doing and paid attention to the divine anomaly. And the moment he turned, the moment he acknowledged the presence of something greater, everything changed. The voice calls out, "Moses, Moses," and Moses responds, "Hineni, here I am, not what do you want, not who are you, just here I am, present, available, acknowledged." And then comes the instruction that unlocks everything. Remove your shoes from your feet, for the place on which you stand is holy ground. Let me break this down for you, word by word, because every syllable carries power. Remove your shoes. In Hebrew, shal nealeka. Shal means to draw off, to separate. Nealeka means your sandals, but the root word also means lock. You are being told to unlock yourself from the earthly covering, to separate from the physical barrier between you and sacred ground. From your feet, ragleka. Feet represent your foundation, your stance, your approach to life. This is about changing your fundamental posture. For the place on which you stand, Asher Ata Omed Alav, not where you will go, not where you were, where you stand right now. This moment, this ground, this is holy ground, Admat Kodesh Hu, holy ground, not will become holy or might be holy, is holy, present tense, already sacred. Here is the key. Moses did not have to travel to a temple. He did not have to wait for Shabbat. He did not have to earn worthiness. The ground beneath his feet was already holy. He just had to recognize it. And the moment he did, the moment he removed the barrier and acknowledged the sacred in the ordinary, he received his assignment, his purpose, his provision, the entire exodus, the wealth transfer from Egypt, the liberation of a nation. All of it flowed from that one moment of first-thing recognition. This is not a nice story. This is a blueprint. The Kabbalists teach that every morning when you wake up, you are Moses at the burning bush. Your bedroom is Horeb. The moment your eyes open, heaven is waiting to see. Will you turn aside? Will you acknowledge? Or will you walk past the miracle and check your email? There is a practice in Jewish law called Birkat HaShachar, the morning blessings. These are not requests. They are recognitions. The first words a traditional Jew says upon waking are, Mode ani lifaneka. I give thanks before you, living and eternal King, for you have returned my soul to me with compassion. Great is your faithfulness. Look at the structure. I give thanks before anything else. Not I need. Not please help me. Thanks. Acknowledgement. Recognition that you are alive, that your soul has been returned, that you are in the presence of the King. This shifts everything, because when you start from gratitude, you start from fullness, and fullness attracts more fullness. I want to tell you about 3 people who applied this, not as a ritual, but as a law. Sarah, 67 years old, retired teacher from Toronto. She had been living on a fixed income, struggling every month, bill juggling, credit card debt climbing. She started implementing the morning acknowledgement practice. First thing, before her feet touched the floor. Mode ani. Thank you for returning my soul. Within 30 days, she received an unexpected inheritance from a distant relative she had not spoken to in 15 years, $43,000. She wrote to me, Rabbi, it is not coincidence. The moment I changed my first thought, the provision appeared. David, the man I mentioned earlier, the one who used to check his phone first thing. He switched. Morning acknowledgement became his non-negotiable. 60 seconds of recognition before anything else. Within 8 weeks, a business deal he thought was dead resurrected. $112,000 contract. He called me weeping. It was dead, Rabbi. I had written it off, and then it came back to life. And then there is Miriam, 72 years old, widow, living in a small apartment in Jerusalem, barely surviving on Social Security. She started the practice not because she believed it would change her finances, but because she was desperate for peace. 3 months later, Her son, who had not spoken to her in 6 years, called. Reconciliation. And with reconciliation came support. He started sending her money monthly. She told me, "I was not asking for money. I was just saying thank you for my soul." But heaven answered what I did not even pray for. These are not isolated cases. I have documented hundreds of them over 5 decades. The pattern is always the same. Shift the first 60 seconds and the flow shifts. This is not about the words you say. This is about the posture you take. You are declaring to the universe, "I recognize that I am not the source, I am the vessel, and I am opening the vessel at the moment of greatest receptivity." Now let me give you the exact practice. This is not complicated, but it must be done with precision. Step 1. Before your eyes open, acknowledge. The moment you feel yourself waking, even before you open your eyes, say internally or whisper, "Mode ani lifaneka, melek chai vakayam, shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla, rabba emunatecha." If you do not speak Hebrew, say it in English. "I give thanks before you, living and eternal King, for you have returned my soul to me with compassion. Great is your faithfulness." Do not rush this. Feel it. You were unconscious. You could have died in your sleep. You did not. Your soul came back. That is a miracle. Step 2. Sit up without distraction. Before you check your phone, before you think about your schedule, before you mentally catalog your problems, sit up, feet on the floor, and declare, "This ground is holy, this day is provision, I am awake in the presence of the King." Step 3. Wash your hands. There is a tradition called Netalat Yadayim, ritual hand washing upon waking. You do not need a special cup. You can use your bathroom sink. But wash your hands 3 times, alternating left and right. Why? Because during sleep, a spirit of impurity rests on the hands. This is not superstition. This is about transition. You are washing off the residue of the unconscious realm and preparing to engage the conscious world from a place of purity. As you wash, say, "I cleanse my hands to serve. I cleanse my hands to receive. I cleanse my hands to build." Step 4. Speak your prosperity declaration. Before you do anything else, before coffee, before breakfast, before the bathroom mirror, speak this aloud. "Today, abundance flows because I have opened the gate. I am aligned with the source of all provision. What I need is already on its way." Do not mumble it. Declare it. Your words are creative force. Step 5. Set your first thought intention. You get one first thought. After acknowledgement, after washing, after declaration, you get to set the trajectory of the day with one intentional thought. Not, "I hope this works." Not, "Let me see if there is money in my account." Your first thought should be, "I am provided for by the Creator of the universe. Therefore, I move through this day in confidence." Here is what will happen. Day 1, you will feel awkward. Your mind will resist. You will want to grab your phone. Do not. Push through. Day 2 and 3, you will notice small shifts. You will feel calmer. You will make better decisions. Day 7, someone will reach out to you unexpectedly. An old connection, a forgotten opportunity. Pay attention. Day 14, you will see financial movement. Not necessarily a windfall, but movement. A refund, a discount, a gift, something that was not there before. Day 30. If you have been consistent, and I mean truly consistent, no skipped mornings, you will experience a breakthrough that you cannot explain logically. It will come from an angle you did not expect. Do not tell me it is coincidence. I have seen this too many times. Coincidence is just the language of people who refuse to see the pattern. Now, let me warn you. There will be resistance. The first week, you will wake up late. Your alarm will fail. Your child will need you immediately. Your phone will ring at 6 in the morning. This is not bad luck. This is spiritual opposition. Because when you start aligning with divine flow, the forces of chaos push back. Do the practice anyway. Even if you are rushed, even if it is shortened, do not skip it. And here is the other thing no one tells you. This practice is not just about receiving, it is about becoming. When you start your day acknowledging the King, you stop living like an orphan. Orphans scramble, orphans hoard, orphans operate from fear, but children of the King move differently. They ask, they receive, they build. Let me bring this home. You have been walking past the burning bush your entire life. Every morning, heaven ignites a miracle in your bedroom, the miracle of wakefulness, the miracle of breath, the miracle of another chance. But you have been too distracted to turn aside. Moses turned aside, and in that turn, everything changed. He went from a fugitive shepherd to the liberator of nations. He went from hiding in Midian to standing before Pharaoh. He went from poverty to leading a people who carried the wealth of Egypt out with them. And it started with acknowledgement. You do not need to be special. You do not need to be sinless. You do not need to have it all figured out. You just need to turn aside, to recognize, to say, Hineni, here I am, I see you, I acknowledge you, I start this day with you. That is the gate, that is the law, that is the key. I want you to go back and hit that subscribe button if you have not already, because if this resonates with you, if something in your spirit is saying, yes, I need to do this, then you need to stay connected to this teaching. There is more, much more, but you have to commit. Leave that comment again. Prosperity awakens. Let me see it. Let the algorithm see it. Let heaven see it. And here is my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, before your hand reaches for your phone, before your mind starts racing, implement this. One morning, just one. See what happens. Because I am not asking you to believe me. I am asking you to test it. The Torah is not theory. It is technology. And this technology works. May Hashem open the windows of heaven over your life. May He cause blessing to flow from unexpected sources. May your morning acknowledgement become the key that unlocks every door that has been shut. And may you walk in the confidence that you are not scraping by. You are provided for by the King of the universe. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Shalom, my friend.